Aloha and welcome from the Hawaii Tax Institute. We're here with Keith Schiller, who's the founder and owner of the Schiller Law Group in the San Francisco Bay Area. So when you're speaking with your clients, Keith, what is currently the biggest issue related to your area of expertise that is keeping them up at night?
What often happens is that the stresses within a family dynamic or the succession of a closely held business for issues unrelated to tax create the greatest apprehension and worry, and in fact cause clients to not move forward with their tax planning.
So certainly succession planning is a very hot topic and critical topic for family-owned businesses. Any other pitfalls that you've seen with your clients in terms of not planning right?
The biggest obstacle for clients having a successful succession plan is they won't undertake it. Remember that with closely held businesses, it's a source of pride for the owner, identity. They want control. Those qualities are what often make a successful business. I've heard it said that the two greatest concerns that parents may have with the succession of a business is that the younger generation will either fail or do better. The other matter that I would recommend to clients undertaking succession planning is to be certain to take care of whatever needs they have. So if they're going to give up control, they want to be off guarantees. They want to have employment agreements, leases, or other forms of consideration that will keep them with the income that they're expecting, even though they've now given up control. Don't just count on the oral promises of children.
With modern trust planning and trust language, has there been any provisions or structures or techniques that you found that helps with the control?
There's a very powerful tool that can be used, and that is to separate the difference between the economics of the business and voting control. I also recommend to clients to not give up voting control if they're guarantors on any obligations, because one of the worst things you can be is a guarantor of an obligation that you have no control over its payment.
What about liquidity concerns?
The federal estate tax law does give you some relief in that when at least 35% of your estate consists of closely held business property, you're able to defer payment over 15 years. However, that tax is going to eventually have to be paid. What I would recommend clients do while they're living is a plan which takes into account how you will pay the tax. Will it be through life insurance that's not subject to federal estate tax? Will it be with the diversity of assets while you are still living? The use of charitable trust. There's a host of different strategies, tactics that can be taken.
What advice would you give to clients around how to get their children engaged in the planning process so they understand the plan before it's actually implemented?
Well, there's no one-size-fits-all answer to that, but you've raised an excellent issue, and that is the problems which arise after the client passes on, when the children are surprised and even worse, shocked and upset about what the parents did. It's commonly best for the children to understand from the parents what it is the parents want, what's being done, and to have an overview of that plan with the children while the parents are living. That's the most healthy and that's the best approach.
You mentioned earlier that sometimes it's very difficult to get business owners to do the planning because of various obstacles. Any tips for advisors, planners? How do we get our clients to do it, to move?
Ultimately, the decision to move is going to be the client's. And people do not like to be sold. It's important that the client sees the need. So it's a long time educational process. And don't look at it as a rush job. This may take years. It may take a decade. It's an evolution. One of my clients moved forward with business succession planning despite years of my urging when he went out to the golf course and talked to one of his friends. And I said to him, I said, Steve, does this mean I have to learn how to play golf now to get you to listen? And humorous, but still the point. They may have to hear from someone else.